Slammed President Kenyatta for running a shambolic poll that led to the cancellation of the entire presidential results. Odinga and other opposition leaders have also called for the disbandment of a section of the commission. Lawyer and advocate of the High Court of Kenya, Steve Ogalla, joins us now on the News Hour to share his thoughts on this. Steve, it's good to have you join us here on the News Hour. Tell us your reaction to these controversies developing in Kenya.
Thank you so much. As you may be aware, on 1st of September, the Supreme Court of Kenya nullified the election of President Uhuru Kenyatta and ordered the Electoral Commission of Kenya, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, to do a fresh election. Now, that decision has not been well received by the President, who castigated the court led by the Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court for making a political decision. Although the decision was itself well received by the opposition, including the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, the former Prime Minister, and the leading challenger to President Uhuru Kenyatta. And it has also been well received by the civil society and the population in general. So as it is now, Kenyans are now ready and preparing for the elections, which are going to be held on 17th of October 2017.
But at this point, with all the controversies that have developed from the election, is this the right time for Raila Odinga to be calling for all these disbandments? Perhaps shouldn't he wait for the election, the recall of the other election that has been called from the Supreme Court in 2 months' time?
Well, I think what he is right, and President Uhuru Kenyatta is also right in beginning political campaigns, because the Kenyan Constitution provides that if the Supreme Court cancels the presidential election, which was conducted on 8th of August 2017, a fresh election must be conducted within 60 days. And therefore, when the court said so, that a fresh election should be conducted, every political party, especially the two main leaders who are going to be the candidates in the forthcoming fresh election, Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, have already started the campaign, and I think it is well placed in their own estimation to continue with political activity ahead of the October 17th day for election.
All right, and reports are saying now that on October the 17th date has been fixed for this presidential rerun election, but Raila Odinga insists that there must be a removal and prosecution of 6 electoral commission officials, more or less indicted in the Supreme Court ruling. What are your thoughts about the culpability of these people?
That will be a very difficult task to achieve, because the process of removing members of an independent commission requires that the president establishes a tribunal, and that will not happen in the next 60 days. So then, unless the commissioners choose to resign voluntarily, I don't think Raila Odinga will succeed in pushing for the removal of the electoral commissioners, because the process and procedure will take at least 1 full month to get them to be removed. If he tries that, and if he succeeds in removing them, for instance, that will significantly affect the preparation for the October 17th election, because in any case, the new commissioners who don't understand the infrastructure and the mechanics of election management will have very limited time to be able to prepare and manage the election as per the Supreme Court order. So in short, I don't think political actors may succeed in removing the commissioners. The challenge in this election is this: the Supreme Court laid the blame squarely on the Electoral Commission. And that has been a significant challenge, because it is them that bungled the election, not Uhuru Kenyatta, not Raila Odinga, it is the commissioners. Now the challenge is, those commissioners who bungled the election, can they really still deliver a free and fair election? Perhaps that is the fear that Raila has, and that is why he has been calling for their removal. I have advised elsewhere that it is better to build and innovate within the challenges and find ways of building confidence in the Electoral Commission than seeking their removal. Because to seek their removal is both a legal and political process that without consensus from both Jubilee, President Uhuru Kenyatta's party, and all other political parties, you will not succeed to remove them in time for the election. The date for this election is fixed in law and cannot be extended. So I hope that Raila Odinga will work with this electoral commission, and any other challenges that he has with it may be addressed before the date of election.
Oh, Steve Ogalla, we'll leave it here for now. Definitely the air is tense there in Kenya, but we'll see how preparations go as to the elections coming up in less than 60 days now. Thank you very much for your thoughts with us here on TVC News R.